Hi, I'm Miles Protter, and this series is called How to Achieve Impossible Levels of Performance. And today I'm going to talk about an often neglected pillar of performance, and that is the relationships between people in your organization. And this message is often a hard one for senior people to accept because they try to explain lackluster performance with very complex reasons like structure, technology, training, competition, strategy. And very often I hear people say, it's the contractors, right? Easiest people to blame. But actually the most common reason senior leaders use to explain their poor performance is their own workforce. And I've even heard people say, oh, I don't even have the B team. I've got the C team. And I ask, well, who recruited those people? Who hired them? Who onboarded them, trained them, developed them? Who manages them? Who's their leader? Who is actually responsible for the fact that there is a C team? It's like, isn't that your job? Then I asked them if they know anything about the families and circumstances of the people who work for them, whether they're in China or Malaysia or Germany or Australia. And the constraints and the pressures that they operate under at work. And very often people come back to me and say, oh, I know my people. And I say, great, well, you're going to really love this exercise. So here's what I do, all right? We get it together in a workshop, and I pair people up randomly. And I just get them to go out for a walk in pairs and tell each other their story for 10 or 15 minutes each. Very, very simple. Just to tell the twists and turns of their lives from childhood to now, the great things, the sad things, whatever they choose to tell. There's no compulsion at all. And it's remarkable what happens when two people who've worked together for 6 months or 6 years or who've actually never met before take the time to listen to each other's story without interruption, comment, or judgment. Just interest and attention. And the interesting thing is not everyone has to tell everyone else their story. You just need to know that one person has heard your story. And I've heard people say the most incredible things, about when they share their story. It's just like the mountains they've climbed, the miscarriages they've had, the people they've lost, the achievements that they're proud of, the illnesses that they and other people close to them have suffered. You see, you think you know people, but you actually have no idea what's going on in their lives. And that's when something really remarkable happens. The people, you start to see the human face behind HR, compliance, OHS, operations. There's a person with a story with whom you have some empathy. You actually, it's harder to blame them for a problem. As a matter of fact, you want to help them solve their problem. You want them to win. You want the best for them. You go the extra mile for them. You want to keep them safe. Okay? So it's incredible. So even if you think you know your people, I still would really recommend you get people together to tell each other their story and just listen and be interested and be curious and be prepared to be surprised and heartbroken and delighted at what you find out. It'll make work far more enjoyable. Your people will feel far more safe and care for each other, and that will give you a better platform to have a conversation about performance. So I hope this has been useful. And if you want to talk about the relationships you're dealing with in your organization, please get in touch with me. Otherwise, until next time.